Hello again. So, this recording is going to be on some general tricks and shortcuts and just the use of Canvas for Management 110 Virtual in general. So, first of all, you're going to select the virtual course. During the pandemic, I am using the Bulldog masks. Normally, I am using the Bulldog. But either way, you just pick the class that says Management 110 Virtual. And when you select that, you will come upon the course. I'm using my son's Canvas as an example. He's not in the course, but I've added him to give video samples to you guys. So once you've opened the course, you will see that you are in the right section, Management 110 Virtual. And the reason we call it virtual is because during normal semesters, when it's not the pandemic, this portion of the class is always online. So you generally have 3 Canvas courses for Management 110, and that's because it's a 6-unit course. So it's a very large course that's made up of 3 different sections. You have lecture, which is worth 500 points, this section, which is worth 300 points, and the lab, which is worth 200 points. The lab is the one you meet once a week, and the lecture is usually 2 times a week. So that's how you can decipher between the classes. Yes, you should have 3 Canvas classrooms for this course. During a normal semester, lecture and lab are on campus. But again, this portion is always online. So that explains that part and why many are confused of why they have so many Canvas courses. But again, it's 6 units. So we're going to go back over here to the modules. And I have organized these by date, of course. If you get overwhelmed when you see a lot of things on your Canvas page, say all of these are open, and you just don't want to see all that anymore, what you can do is go up here and push collapse all, and it will just narrow down to the dates and the modules. So for instance, once you're finished with module 1, you don't even need to see that anymore unless you want to go back and look at something that you watched, a video or whatnot. Then you would just click on the arrow to open it up and close it up. Same thing with all these modules. So say you're on this portion now where we're doing the virtual class orientations. It's in here about how you do agenda and meeting notes. And then I'll have this video and that video up for your viewing pleasure so you can learn about the class. So now we're going to go into, if you hit the home button, and over here on the right side is something very important that all of you should know about and use. This will help you stay organized with so many courses online. So you select the calendar button, and you would want to select whatever courses you want to see the calendar. So Brian has these courses this semester. So what that does is it brings to light on one page everything that you have going on and things you have to do for all courses. You can easily change the colors over here. Say you wanted this course to be red. So then it will highlight that course in red, and you can easily see all the things that if you were in this class that you would have for BA18. So again, it's just a godsend that this calendar is on Canvas. And then you can just go up here and toggle to the October, click on a date, and then you have all of October you can look through. So this way you can plan better when you're doing assignments. So for instance, my son has so much coming up this Friday, or I'm sorry, next Friday in September. And he needs to plan. Look at Friday. It's just full of things. And both Fridays are. So he needs to plan to start doing, the assignments here. So this will help you guys tremendously to get a greater picture of what you have due and not feel so overwhelmed, hopefully. Another trick that is just awesome is when you log into your Student Canvas app on your phone, and you open, when the first thing you see is the home page when you log in. Look all the way down at the bottom of your cell phone, and you will see a little icon that says calendar. That as well has the view of your week or your month or whatever you need to see. You can go to the date that you need to look at. That way you can plan ahead for meetings, discussions, and whatnot, and when to do your homework. So again, that's on your cell phone with the Canvas student app you download. You log into your Canvas, go to the bottom on the home page, and you'll see a calendar link. My son and his friends use it all the time, and they never knew it was there before. So that will help you stay organized as well. Okay, so for the class in general, you will just be going to the discussion boards. And this is how you know you're in your discussion board for the class. One, it says ask general class questions here. Please know that anything you ask in this forum will be available to the entire class. So do not post anything about grades or problems with team members because the entire class sees it. So you need to be very cautious of making sure that you're on Management 110 Virtual and discussions. This will go to the whole class, and I will answer within 24 hours, most likely sooner. But you can see the posts and questions, and I have responded so far. A very easy way just to ask general questions. Then for each assignment, we will have a discussion board. So that way you don't have to go through the discussion board for days and days looking for a question that might have been asked. So this team contract discussion board will be used for all of the team contract assignment questions, not for your group, but for the class. So again, remember that it needs to say Management 110 Virtual up here, and you can go on the discussions. There's a separate video on here to see how to access your team discussion board. You also want to make sure you always have a green flag right here on the discussion boards. If it's green, you're subscribed. You definitely want to be subscribed, even though the emails can get a little crazy sometimes. It's much easier than missing good questions and good answers on here. And later that would have helped you out. So by subscribing, this will send you an email when anyone posts on here. If it doesn't pertain to you or you don't care to know the answer or you already know the answer, just delete the email. It's very important. Always subscribe to every team board and every discussion board on Canvas. I think that's about it for this. I know most of you already know how to use files. If you needed to see the files I have uploaded for the class, all these files are woven into the modules. So in other words, they're in the modules themselves. But if you just wanted a one-stop resource to look at the files, then you can click there. You can use class chat, but that is really for students for my class, because the chat, I am subscribed up here for new message alerts, but I don't often see these as much as the discussion boards because I'd like you guys just to use the discussion board so that there's one place to look at. So you can also use Google Drive for your assignments, and as in the syllabus, you can choose whatever means of virtual meetings is good for your team. If you all have iPhones, you can use FaceTime. If you prefer to use Zoom, since it's already provided to you through Fresno State, that's awesome. If you want to use Skype or Uvu or Google Meet, it's up to your team to decide what will be easiest for you. So again, all of the assignments are on the calendar. You go to the home page and go to the calendar. They're also listed on the module here. So you always can keep it, okay, I've got this week to do this week to do this week to do this. Just know the due date for these assignments is always noon. And we do that because most teachers do Friday at midnight, and we want you to finish earlier so you don't throw virtual class and group work into your individual work that's due at midnight. So we break off into a different due date. Everything says noon on it. Just know that virtual is your noon due date. And I'm sorry, due date and time. So once you get through these 7 modules, you basically are done with a class. You do have 4 peer evaluations to take that will be emailed to you. And other than that, that's the gist of the whole class. We're 300 points. If you have questions or I have not spoken about something, feel free to go on the general class discussion board and post your question, and I will gladly answer. Thank you for listening.